the track.
Peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy vicslanghope. Not dope or coke. And I got another Rikers Island story for y'all. And this one, it was a little tricky trying to name this one. But basically, some pulled the stunt for me. In the midst of this dude pulling a stunt, you know, he hit some with the thunder. And, you know, he hit him so hard, man, his head dribbled off the wall. It was crazy. You know, but I'm gonna get into the story. So before I get into the story, I appreciate the people who've been rocking with me, liking, commenting, keeping the conversation going, and sharing. I appreciate y'all. So I couldn't be where I'm at without y'all. So boom, let's get into the story, right? So in Rikers Island, people be pulling a lot of stunts, right? It's a lot of stunts that are being pulled. By stunts, I mean, like, you know, sometimes people try to act like they're MO, like mentally off, so they could be left alone. Like, you know, they play crazy so people don't bother them. Some people try to, you know, they try to hang it up. Well, I guess that's part of playing mentally off, right? Some people just act like they be talking to themselves. Some other people just, you know, they act like they're suicidal. Like, it'll be a lot of different things that people try to do on Rikers Island to try to, like, maybe, like, you know, because a lot of times if people think you're crazy, they might just leave you alone, you know, like they might just be like, all right, something wrong with him. Or they might just move you into a certain house, right, where it might be a little less violent, maybe, you know. So, well, people be pulling all type of stunts. And one of the stunts people used to pull, at least in adolescence, we had to go to school, right? So for the most part, all the houses on Rikers Island had to go to school, except for one house, and that was far lower, right? And well, at least when I was there, you know, the sign out house, they call it the sign out house because once you reach 17, you can legally sign out of school. You know, in the country, period. Well, in New York State, at 17, you can sign out of school. So the same way that it apply outside in Rikers Island, you could do the same thing once you reach 17 years old. You can sign out. The thing is, when you sign out of school in Rikers Island, you're going to go to this one house. That's the only house you can go to because that's the only house that's called the sign out house. The sign out house. So when you was in that house, they didn't go to school. So it used to be, that house was like high classification. The dudes used to be getting into fights all day long. Like, if you was not good, if you ain't know somebody, even if you knew somebody, like, you was still getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes dudes couldn't save you. You had to just rock out, you know what I'm saying? And knock out on the lockout, like they say, right? So you had to do your thing, like, and yeah, it was crazy. Like, so they're not going to school. They're not really going nowhere. So these dudes was literally, y'all think I'm kidding, but they was fighting all day long. Like, that was part of their rec. Rec means recreation, right? That was part of, like, what they did, I guess, to kind of, like, keep themselves entertained because they're not doing nothing. They're not really moving out the house unless they probably just go in the yard to rec. And rec was almost non-existent sometimes during adolescence. So anyway, so one of the stunts that other people in other houses used to pull, because, you know, we was all had to go to school, is sometimes if you get into a fight in the morning time, the house is not going to school, you know. So dudes used to do that to, you know, pull stunts so we could stay in the house. So the only problem to that is that you might not be out in the day room. Like, you just might be locked in your cell. Sometimes dudes didn't want to be locked in their cell. They'd rather go through school and not be locked in the house. But anyway, so this dude, we was in the mods, and mind you, I didn't really like the mods because I feel like I like my cell. I like being in my cell. Like, I don't like being, like, right next to each other. So, like, the space between the beds used to be probably like this big, no lie. Like, so you sleeping right next to people. People get popped on, or they get popped on. Like, in the mods, it's easier to just pop on somebody, right? Like, you could be dead asleep and somebody get up their bed if they got a problem with you and just go rock it off on you. Or you know, hit you with the soap or whatever they're gonna hit you with. So it was, I didn't really like that, you know. But anyway, I used to sleep next to this kid, big fat kid. He was cool though. He was cool and he seemed quiet. He seemed chill, you know. And then one day, so we used to talk. A lot of times you tend to talk to your neighbors. You get cool with your neighbors because if you're cool with your neighbors might let you know, like, yo, I watch somebody, good neighbors. Good neighbors will let you know, like, somebody came over here and went under your bed. Under your beds where you put your buckets, like your commissary and certain things. So if you're cool with your neighbors most likely gonna let you know, like, yo, somebody came over here messing with your stuff. So it's good to get cool with your neighbors. So anyway, so he was my neighbor, so he was cool. So one day he was telling me, like, yo, I think he didn't want to be in the house. I don't know, for whatever reason. Or maybe he didn't want to go to school. I can't really fully remember what was the reason. But anyway, he told me, like, yo, I'm about to get up out of here. So I'm like, what? Like, one thing I also hate, I hate getting new neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might get a new dude and they might stink. They might be dirty. They might be grimy and be stealing. So you never know who you're going to get. So when you change your neighbors, sometimes you be like, damn, now I don't know who's going to come. But anyway, so I'm like, yo, bro, why you trying to leave? And he like, I don't know, bro. Again, I don't know if he was trying to leave. I think he was trying to leave. Or maybe, I don't know. I think he was trying to leave, though. So he was like, yo, I don't want to be here. So I'm like, I don't want to be here. Mind you, this house was predominantly chill. Like, there wasn't a lot of crazy stuff going on. It was relatively chill. And, we fake had, like, little perks. It used to be, like, the fake program house, right? So, even though they ain't had no program there, right? The program used to be upstairs. But, whatever. So, anyway, so we chilling. And then, he just telling me, like, he like, yo, I'm about to get up out of here. So I'm like, what you getting up out of here for? He's like, I don't know, bro. I just don't want to be here. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. For whatever reason, right? So now he looking to pull a stunt, right? So I'm like, all right, okay. So now he looking for a victim. So he trying to figure out who he gonna rock it off on, right? I don't know. He didn't tell me exactly when, but I think he did tell me in the morning, before we went to school, or while we was on our way to school. So, excuse me. So he tells me, so he's looking for somebody that he gonna pop on. So he tells me, yeah, I'm about to rock it off on this dude. So the dude he picked, he was a little taller than him. He was from Brooklyn, because the dude, my man was from the Bronx. Well, he's not my man. You get how it go. So anyway, he from the Bronx. Someone was from Brooklyn. He was like, yeah, man, I'm out to. He said him right there. He was like, so I was just like, I thought he was just talking, because the dude from the Bronx, I ain't gonna lie, he looked quiet. He looked like timid. He just looked like he wasn't like that. And I don't really think he was like that, right? But anyway, so, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're watching this video, man. But look, you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm like, yo. So he like, yeah, he told me who he was going to do it to. So I was just like, word. And so I thought he was just chatting, you feel me? Again, I didn't really know him at the time. So I just thought he was chatting. So boom. So so in the morning we get up. Mind you, in the morning, sometimes a lot of people didn't want to get up in the morning. So we being forced to go to school. We have drowsy, have sleepy. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes didn't really brush their teeth like that. So like, yo, it used to be crazy. Some people didn't really shower. Like, it used to just be crazy, right? So we walking to school, everybody tired, sleepy, whatever, don't want to go to class, whatever, right? So boom, we walking on the hallway. As we walking on the hallway, because you had to walk on one straight line, right? So as we walking on the hallway, I see son, he squibbled past me. Mind you, he mad big, you feel me? So he squibbled past me. So I see him and I'm like, I don't know, like, you feel me? Like, I mean, I remember him telling me he was going to do what he was going to do. But mind you, it's, you still kind of drowsy. So he woke up on son. I ain't going to lie. This had to be, and he was a little big. This dude was heavy set, you feel me? Yo, when I mean, like, he brought that joint back, and he was a big boy. Like, he was shorter, but he had a little weight on him. He had to be at least like 280. Mind you, he had to be like 5'7". This dude was like probably like 5'6", 5'7", and he had to be like 280, maybe 300. I don't know if he was 300, but he was like 280, 300. So that's a lot of force. So yo, he pulled that joint, that slingshot back, and yo, he rocked fire out this dude. I don't know how he didn't knock him out. I feel like he thought he was gonna knock him out, but he didn't. Oh my God, there was problems after that. Yo, so he rocks him. Yo, he rocked him so hard, like his head literally dribbled off the wall, like y'all know how the basketball go, like it just boom, like it just like dribbled off the wall, and I was like, oh, and then son did not drop. Like I felt like he hit him, and that jump probably just like woke him up, like, you know what I'm saying? So son, yo, as soon as I seen son then go down, like, cause the other dude was quiet too. The other dude was mad chill, quiet, like he wasn't a rowdy dude. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He so you don't know what you was gonna expect from this situation, bro. Son turns around, cause the other dude, he just like he didn't really keep swinging. Like he swung one time. I guess he thought he was gonna put him. He didn't put him. This dude turned around and just went ballistic. Like he lost his mind. Like and I'm telling you, man, it be them quiet dudes. Yo, he turned around and went crazy. Like just yo. When I mean he had to hit this dude with like between punches and knees. He hit him probably like 100 times, mind you. And then we had a female CO working. So a lot of times the female COs, they can't really, you know, break up men. Even though we technically like kids, but sometimes they don't even get involved. Like they just pull the pin, wait for the turtles to come, and maybe they'll spray you, you know what I'm saying, here and there. But like, yeah, so it just got crazy. So this dude started like rocking him. He just turned around, hit him with like a 5-piece flurry. And then the dude started like trying to like cover up. And like or he wasn't even swinging back. Like it was just disaster. So the dude started like trying to cover up the dude that popped on him from the Bronx. And then this dude, like he was just not letting him breathe. For like he started kneeing him. He started putting like his hand like on the back of his head. Like he was trying to knee him. Like he was just like uppercutting him. Like he went crazy in that corridor. And I felt like they just like the CO, we had female COs that day, so they kind of like just fake let it rock. Like, so this dude went crazy on this dude for like at least like, yo, sometimes when you're fighting it feels long, but it's not really long. But I feel like it probably was like 45 seconds to a minute. But some went crazy on this dude. Yo, he violated this dude. Like it was crazy. And then I didn't want to laugh, but it was funny. Like, cause I'm like, yo, bro, how you just go? Come on, man. How you drop the bag to the Brooklyn dudes, man? Like, I was like, come on, man. Like, it was crazy. Like, but I think that's what it was. He think he was going to put him. I think he really thought I was going to do it. I ain't going to lie. Between the punch, the force of the punch, and his head handle wall, he probably should have went down, but he didn't. He might have been from Brownsville or something. Matter of fact, he might have been from East New York. I think P was from East New York. But yo, I ain't gonna lie, like after that day, like he got his props. I ain't gonna, cause he was a quiet dude. He didn't really mess with nobody. So I was just like, nah, son don't play. Son got them hands, you feel me? Like them hands and them knees. But son got crazy with him, washed them up. It was crazy. Son got packed up on a bad note. Like it's one thing you want to pull a stunt and leave the house. And you pick a herb and you get out the house, and that's another thing to pick a herb and get washed by the who you thought was a herb. But that's just some of the stunts that used to just be happening. There's a whole bunch of other stunts that go on Rikers Island, but it was crazy, man. My man got washed, man. It was crazy. Early in the morning. You know, but anyway, let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And let me know y'all thoughts, man, because some of y'all probably would have been pulling stunts, you know what I'm saying? Word. Peace.